decision this morning by the Mayor to create a Hanwan Forum is incredibly important because it represents the first step of moving from Dayang as a disaster to a way of actually creating an influence on the world, bringing together all the experiences that were learnt during that very difficult time and to start to share them with the rest of the world through firstly the forum and then to create legs into training expertise, to bringing resources and emergency materials, many of which are produced in China anyway, and making them available to the rest of the world. I think it's the first step really in terms of an exchange of ideas from and centres of excellence and best practice around the world, where we can actually really operate as a global village, a global community, recognising the needs of humanity in difficult times and also making sure that we avoid as many disasters as possible, because we face a period in the Earth's history where unfortunately many disasters and cataclysms, both natural and complex, are likely to happen in the next few years.
Yeah.
I think this is a time when we need to bring together different groups, the policymakers, the practitioners and the academics, and that comes at national government level, it comes at regional level and it becomes at local level. At national and international level, obviously NGOs play a part in trying to act as conduits for ideas and projects and management, and particularly through the United Nations that I represent through the Circle Mondial de Consensus for self-sustaining people, organisations and communities. We're trying to act as a conduit for exactly those ideas and through demonstration projects prove that there's a better way. And at the voluntary organisations, there are Lions and Rotary and so forth, and many voluntary organisations and the Scouts and so on that work with people in business, in professions, young people. It's very important to try and energise these groups at the grassroots to affect change. We believe that there is a possible momentum for change, and if you create a movement from the grassroots and also from central government, national government and pan-national government, it's possible to really make a change in the world in the timescales that are needed. I think the first step is to physically create the Hanwan Forum with a secretariat and a thought leadership team which actually brings together the latest thinking from around the world, and then to develop Hanwan as a training centre where we can again crystallise that expertise that can be then transferred to other people, and also bring together the suppliers of emergency materials which are already in emergency boxes supplied around the world through the Rotary organisation, and finally to actually create demonstration projects to prove what can be done. I mean, clearly Rotarians have been operating in disasters for the last 100 years, but have never really told anybody what they did. It's now time to make that more public and bring Rotarians together through the Rotarian Disaster Agency to demonstrate to the world that we can work in partnership with all organisations, with all countries. Rotary is a non-political organisation, so we can work across geographic and political boundaries